afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland, off here to 2 versus 2 on rails and metals. The setting is 1944, somewhere in the Ukraine. The Red Army advances towards Berlin. In the south, we got ScreamingMiniie and Mr.Nobody here forming up the Soviet 5th Mechanized Corps. In the north, it is Vonivan and 1992. I believe that's Bao Liang. Fun here for the Wehrmacht with the German army. They both go straight into Encirclement. It is an extremely rare combo. Now, actually, they can actually pull it off, though. But they are nonetheless fighting for the German army. Deutschland rolling out here with the 1st Panzerdivision. And again, double encirclement, mostly infantry Panzerfaust versus counterattack tactics and guard rifle mechanical support and combined arms army there with mostly infantry as well, with a bit of guards and penal troopers there for ScreamingMiniie. Advances there swiftly. We got Special Rifle Command up for ScreamingMiniie. Mr.Nobody going for the support weapon Campania. Grenadiers MG42 there for Vonivan, and similarly here for 1992. Pioneer advancing, got the MG42 punching westwards there. Grenadiers there arriving out. So far enough, much else happening. Just sort of slow moves there. Noting Vonivan is going for definitely a much slower approach. He's not trying to straight rush here and secure the area. He's just going to try and sort of move up there and set up for a better fight there. In the west, though, 1992 is making a bit of a faster approach there. Mr.Nobody there starting up with a Maxim Scout on the way there for ScreamingMiniie. I mean, versus the Wehrmacht, it's not a bad choice, but with the Grenadiers with the Panzerfaust out, it does run the risks of a few explosive encounters early on and quickly being diffused. So we'll have to see what happens then before moving up here. Now Vonivan is leading up here with the attack on this position, getting to him because Miniie so far has just mostly been watching, not doing anything here. And there you go, quickly forced out of the house there with the MG42. Up north, he can got aggressive attack here by 1992 there, forcing back Mr.Nobody there. Good move there by him, and we can see that Vonivan's sort of keeping close by. So in this case, again, figuring he's not going to make any progress here. It's going to tend to be pretty difficult just to attack through them, particularly on the early games. So rather than doing that, he's going to back up his team here in the west, where there's a lot more open ground. There's a lot less, I would say, hard fortifications, where it's going to be much easier for the German tech to make any gains. So nice move there, though. Of course, there's a bit of risk here for Vonivan with the MG42 having a deeply exposed right flank here, and he's going to have to pull back the machine gun soon. But of course, they can make good progress in the west. It should hopefully not matter too much. But there you go, Maxim out here for Mr.Nobody. In fact, he's going for double Maxims. There you go, retreating. But we also got the Scout coming in when the gears inside. No flamethrowers on the way, but still, this could have been a bit ugly there for Vonivan if things have been a bit slow there in terms of reaction. Troops are being suppressed. Shots being fired back and forth here, and he's moving back towards these stairs. We can now see the Mr.Nobody's moving to back up ScreamingMiniie as he pushes up there. 1992 with a sniper for Vonivan there, but just with more Grenadiers, lots more Grenadiers. And there you go. Nope, sneaks up here, trying to flank the Maxim here. Good move there, I think. Good move. Of course, there's still the right flank there, which is deeply exposed, and of course that means their cut-off points are deeply exposed. So, a bit risky there for Vonivan. Of course, if they can make good progress here, they could theoretically threaten the Allies' cut-off points. So, a lot of potentials here. Grenadiers pushed back by the conscripts, backed up by the Scout car sniper there, picking off a few Russians here and there. ScreamingMiniie going for the Strafniki. Mr.Nobody there might consider, I guess, a mortar or something like that soon. But 1992 there with more Grenadiers on the way. We'll have to see if they take up soon or what they do. Vonivan certainly seems a bit more set up for that, with more manpower fuel sort of hanging about there. Lines down here. ScreamingMiniie, of course, always trying to set up there to break up any German attacks. Good foresight there by ScreamingMiniie. Vonivan could consider wiring off the sandbags here. Constant Maximing up there. And we got another Maxim backing up here. ScreamingMiniie in the east. Very good work there. Neither 1992 or Vonivan are taking up as of yet. Certainly seems still a bit opaque as to what they're planning, except again, double encirclement. Generally, I do not recommend by both players going for the same doctrine, but you know, details. Ooh, mine went off there, and the Scout kit could possibly take out the Grenadiers since they're all low on health. There we go. One down. We got Vonivan, we got another Grenadiers squad to maybe try and get off a Panzerfaust to assist the Grenadiers, but the question is, will it be enough? And there you go, it turns out it is. ScreamingMiniie does not want to risk a Panzerfaust and possibly losing the Scout kit. And then west, Max moving up there, wiring off the sandbags, very good. Germans got control of the centre, bit of the west as well. East is still very much Russian territory. Sniper there creeping out on the Max. Going to try and get him some kills there. Penal still holding back 1992's infantry. We got ScreamingMiniie here with guard rifles. So both sort of players essentially have doctrines. While they do not have a lot of common, they do basically both have access to the KV-1 heavy tank, and theoretically, you know, both some artillery and something with submachine guns. Scout car there falling back. munitions cache up there for 1992, take off of Vonivan, and for 1992 as well. But an early munitions cache is interesting. Obviously indicates munitions are really going to be planned. Could of course also be setting up for a close to the pocket, which in a map like this, if they can set it off, it could be quite lethal against the rations, depending on the situation. Of course, it's going to be treated up, and of course also requires rations to not set up any caches here. And then if they do, leave them very, very unguarded, so the Germans have a good chance of taking them out. Grenadiers need to retreat pretty swiftly. We've got big push up with the conscripts, engineers, no machine guns here to back up for 1992. They've got Vonivan on the job there, and he's already popping ambush camouflage on most of his troops. Very good. Though for the Grenadiers, it's less of an essential upgrade until they get stuff like light machine guns up, since the Carnot TKs do not benefit enough from the accuracy bonus from the ambush camouflage to be like big stuff. But on the end, the light machine guns, heavy machine guns benefit a lot from the ambush camouflage bonus. That way can actually do a lot more damage. So that's a little fun thing there to note. Medic bunker up here, like to make a nice company. Vonivan is yet to go for anything except the medic bunker. But there we go, nice aggressive flank here with ScreamingMiniie. Nice fluid mobility there. In the centre here, we got a push up from the Punions with their machine gun being outmaneuvered. Not good there for Vonivan. At least it's all trying to push ahead here. Certainly a bit risky here. Certainly a bit risky. I need to probably pull back the machine gun. Scout code goes down though. But it is almost taking out. Sniper also close to death. This is starting to look pretty rough, and you couldn't properly see a wipe here. But no. ScreamingMiniie here possibly having a bit too much his sights on the sniper. Actually allows the Grenadiers to get away, but he might still get the sniper with a bit of good luck. Or maybe not. In which case his greed did get a bit out of him, and saving, I would say 1992, some heavy casualties. He's still going to have to enforce stuff. You got the troops on the way there. Vonivan still not taking up there. Might be planning a tier 3 move, in which case probably going to rely. He's going for the tier 3 move. He's going to basically rely on 1992 to carry him through tier 2, and then probably rely on the stormtroopers that way, also carrying a bit further. I feel sort of the stormtroopers, the Pancake stormtroopers could back up there in that sense. Mr.Nobody there, skillfully hitting the fuel point, avoiding the main German lines in the west, which have already retracted. Nice play there. And of course, Gut uses Maxims to back up his teammate in the east, pushing up the centre. We got a field gun up to deal with any German light vehicles. Very good as well. 2-2 they're mobilised for 1992 and the Wehrmacht, the 1st Panzer Division. Back here, tank for tank command going up with the ScreamingMiniie. Could possibly see a light vehicle rush there. Mr.Nobody is yet to sort of move in any direction. And then he's got Punions with Grenadiers moving in. The Grenadiers planets need to be careful. Need to be very careful. Sniper Grenadiers moving in there, noting also a lot of ambush camouflage. I mean, they really like it here. And we've got one Grenadier squad there with the ambush camouflage and a light machine gun together. Very solid combo, and of course, more Grenadiers with it can be really potent. Mr.Nobody goes for shock troopers. Nice. You don't see those a lot. But there's certainly a unit I think that to an extent will require a bit more proper handling, but they can still be very devastating. There you go, Grenadiers repulsed, sadly caught out in the open, ambush camouflage there to support them, and overall lots of angry guardsmen, which are not what you'll be tanking with low health out in the open. No stormtroopers yet, though. Fire the player for now, and they're committing to another machine gun, another MG42. Guardsmen doing what they can here. Grenadiers pushing ahead kind of recklessly. Sniper backing up. Pioneer setting up another munitions cache. They're clearly planning something there, and I'm certainly getting the impression it's going to be something involving close to pocket. I mean, otherwise I just do not see the reason to go for double munitions caches in that sense. I mean, the thing is also going to be far off, because mines and abilities until then can be quite helpful, but even then it seems kind of excessive. But we'll have to see if it works out. I mean, if they can make good use of munitions, the close to pockets, it's going to be all worthwhile, but of course if they fail, it's going to be a bit, not good. So Pomacor, they're done for Vonivan. He's going to be able to rush out some armour. Panzer Force, the most likely bet here from my perspective. They could of course rush out in Ostwind. That would be faster. Anti-tank grenades up there for Mr.Nobody's conscripts. ScreamingMiniie, he's only got one, so he's not really going to bother. Anti is setting up a cache here to provide him with precious fuel. Of course, also going to make close to pocket a bit harder to pull off there for the Germans. Not impossible, but harder. Field bombarding, Maxim blasting away there for the fence. In the east here, we got the Maxim in the house as well here. Overall, making any German approach difficult. They could try and razz around here, maybe do some work there. Field gun possibly a bit exposed here. Could be an opportunity there for the Germans. Not a fire down the field gun. Slowly clearing it out. Shock Trooper's got the point here, and Vonivan's got nothing in the immediate vicinity to push back. He's going for a mortar now. Very heavy tier 1 is then pushes for armor, but he's still some time off. Again, Osman though could be a pretty swift choice, but I'm more likely to suspect he's going to go for the Panther 4 because that's just a better all-rounder, and honestly most situation also works better versus infantry, so I mean the Panther 4 just tends to be in most situations be the superior choice. At least in my opinion. Conscripts forcefully repulsed. Also big thanks to Dion for donating and supporting the Propagandacast. Big thanks to you. Anyways, back to the old regular schedule fighting here. No ambush camouflage on that machine gun. And again, none of the grenadiers have been upgraded. I mean, if you're saying up for close to the pocket, I'd say at 10-minute mark is a bit too soon, in particular with only almost 5 command points, as it is 12 command points. For now, though, lots more light machine guns, though not necessarily all with light ambush camouflage. They're sort of further strengthen them in certain situations. Shock troops are still hanging about. They're causing quite a grief. Then ambushing the machine gun up close. Clearly, Mr.Nobody outsmarted Vonivan. Vonivan, I think, did not anticipate this move, though he's almost getting the shock troops there with him. Machine gun up close. Veterans 1 already gained. And there we go. Saves the day there. Nice attempt there on Mr.Nobody in this case, though not good enough. Fortunately for Vonivan. Still no shock troopers. Let's say assault knives. They could be a great choice as well there, I think, for 1992. More firing down here for now. We got rifle grenades off as well. They're gaining 57 munitions at the moment, per minute, which is 20 more than the Russians. Gunners need to be careful. We've got engineers moving up. Here's into the 2-2 gunners playing up. We've got a bit of ambush camouflage as well. Slightly boosting their combat abilities, but again, you really get the big boost with automatics. Vonivan here close to be able to go for the Panther 4. He's got the fuel. He just needs to save up a bit more manpower and go for the Mächtiger Panzerkampfwagen 4. As for ScreamingMiniie, already taken up. Mr.Nobody's now going for the 10-10 command. We'll have to see what he goes for. He's going for the H-6, an interesting choice there, meaning they're rushing out T-34 on the 6. He could have tried and saved up for the KB-1, but could be he's thinking just getting out medium armor now is going to be a lot more valuable to the Soviet cause. Still double munitions caches. And he's going for triple. Good God. 1992 there is clearly planning something that involves munitions. A lot of them. That means they're probably going to get something around 57 munitions per minute. But so far, 1992 is not doing a lot with it. Again, I feel like pilots just stockpiling for close to the pocket. But beyond that, of course, it's going to be a bit tricky to say what exactly happens. We've got more harassment here, though. Phenomenal's on the job. The Panther 4's almost done as well. And there you go, got the T-34 here for ScreamingMiniie as well. Left side is actually pretty open, a good push here, could do some good damage. Got more sandbags up here behind the barbed wire. Right flank is also quite exposed. I mean, they're mostly now focusing around the center here, so I mean, both can actually do some great stuff on the side. They're trying to outmaneuver the other players, but so far, they are very focused on the center. They are very focused. A bit of time reaching, if you will. T-34 versus Panther 4. Panther 4 lands an excellent first hit here, getting the upper hand as the T-34 on 6 easily. Mini there trying to get out, and then successfully does so. SM6 covering up here, up north. A defense here by the walls. We've got shock troops flanking up behind there, pushing away one of his experts' machine guns. In fact, it probably was his only machine gun, in fact. Panther 4 needs to be careful. We've got field gun there opening up. We've got the SM6 as well, but nonetheless, Vonivan does not care. He just barges through. Shock troopers falling back. Very good work. 1992 has got a ton of munitions. They're just sort of sitting about. I mean, that's too close to pockets right then and there if he actually had the command points for it. Panther 4 needs to be careful for Vonivan. Double pioneers now. I wonder what he could be planning. Has he gone for the spawn? Of course, he's actually planning a tier 4 move. Well, he's definitely taking up after the double pioneers. SM6 creeping up. They need to be careful there. 92, 2, and for 9. There you go. 2-2 goes down. A small victory there for the Russians for the 5th Mechanized Corps. And these looks like he has successfully repulsed the Russians away from the house there, which could open up the victory point on the field point there for further German aggression. Backed up here, most likely a bit by the mortar, maybe. No, take the occupied in the west. Mr.Nobody all 1 Nation 6 though commits another one here. Believing in the power of the light assault gun. And we got 1992 here with a Pack 40. One of these planning a tier 4. Which certainly makes sense. Since when I would skip tier 2 to go for tier 3, it could very well then be once it's done there, essentially 1992 then leapfrogs to tier 4. But he's almost got 500 munitions. He's getting 62 per minute. He really could be doing more with those munitions. Mines and all that sort of stuff there. Upgrades would be great. So I'm not entirely sure why he's going for that. As again, he's playing this on like just begins spamming close the pocket as soon as he gets to 12 command points. And that certainly would be something less often seen. Of course, the interesting goal would be for now and then also try and go for close the pocket. I mean, in theory, they could then just keep the close the pockets rolling, which would be quite interesting to see. Ooh, almost got a wipe there, but ScreamingMiniie did not get that much luck through. Straight to the pants up, it can only feel to here from 1992. No. Oh, there we go. Here's going for tier 4. Yes, it's going to basically leapfrog there. Mission 6 bombarding him from the far west, trying to take out anything here that 1992 if I'm dug down, see in terms of mines. Air support in here. Mr.Nobody's going to try and get an idea there what the Germans are up to. Not a bad idea. Right hand side, those completely wide open. Like there's just barely anything happening. It's just mostly centre west now. Seems like both sides there's something I think a bit from tunnel vision, which is certainly something to be fought against. ScreamingMiniie not going for the K1, instead filling up with the Katyusha. That's for Mr.Nobody, he could take up, but that would mean no resource for anything else right away. Got a B4 available, he might in fact be planning that instead. Would certainly be some big guns to give the Germans a headache with. Some very big ones. Thinking they could send the upgrade. In fact, most of the stuff could be. I mean, again, he's got 600 munitions. Absolutely, I mean, kind of insane. So far, a bit of status quo here. Germans got a lead in terms of victory points over the Russians. Victoriously pulling ahead here. We got the Maxim hanging back here for Mr.Nobody and the Red Army. Gunners was the Maxim. Pack 40 Panzer hanging back there. Position 6 is sneaking about. Lights down there for ScreamingMiniie, not bad at all. For now also has the missions for close to pocket. And I wonder what they're planning here. Oh dear, one hell of a B4 hitting, actually pretty close to the front line there. Forcing where the Grenadiers, heavy caches there, in fact a roll on the Germans. Oh goodness gracious, good Grenadiers and MD42 is being wiped, and MD42 goes down. Grenadiers look like they will get out. The mortar on the other hand also gets wiped. So heavy losses there to Vonivan, 1992 in this case escapes it, and we got a Storm Punch on the way there. Not bad at all. 9 command points, still 3 away from close the pocket. Got some push back in there, got to find the MD42 there, forcing 1992 to reposition it. Bit of harassment in the east again. We got the shock troopers once more being sent off there. B4 there is almost good to find again. ScreamingMiniie could also consider howitzer of his own, but he has gone for the Katyusha, and there we go. B4 203mm howitzer ready to shoot something to nothingness again. There you go. Full wipe on the Grenadiers, still leading for now in one squad shorter. Panzer 4 they almost taken out here. Bit of pull movement there for Vonivan. Trying to blitz away, they're not quite fully successful. But gets the T-34 there. Try to ram there, go Grenadiers ping with ambush camouflage dropping out there. Experts 1992 is almost at 700 munitions. He damn well better be popping close to pockets left and right once he gets access to it. Storm Punch there, blasting away for the Russian lines. And these we've got veterancy there, gained 4 experts. Sniper there on 1992. Sniper gains 39 kills. Got veterancy 3. That seems to be where at least he's using some munitions. That's good. That's good. Pioneer's Bow is still not upgraded. Might be able to get him. He got air support in here from ScreamingMiniie to break up what's going on. He just immediately retreats for that sniper. Katyusha fire down, and oh, trying to get that sniper, but it only gets stirred. Maxim coming up, they're slowly approaching MHF there from Mr.Nobody. Sturmpanzer moving westwards. Heavy Panzer got as well. The phenomenally go for the Sturmpanzer, will go for a Panther, so it looks like he's aiming for the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Mr.Nobody's yet to take up, or go for anything else besides that B4 Nation 6. And there you go, Panther on the way for Vonivan, and the 1st Panzer Division. Gunners in the centre being murdered. Slowly, right hand side is still easy pickings. B4 must good to fire again. There you go, nice up from the Sturmpanzer, they're advancing troops, they've got more even pouring in. There you go, aircraft crashes down somewhere in the distance. Help, Petrov, I can't fly! Not anymore! And then boom. Still, triple munitions cache absolutely stands out there, and again he's leading them to getting a ton of munitions. There we go, Vonivan's the first one, hit the close to pocket. Will we actually see that? We got munitions cache up as well. They might have predicted this, they might not. Of course, close to pocket also has a secondary usage where you can just pop it and it'll just bombard every frontline sector with some light artillery fire from mortars. But yeah. First close to pocket is armed and ready. It is live. Panther around there for Vonivan. Troops being pushed back. And he is 3/4 of a point there away from being able to unleash his own close to pocket as well. It will be interesting to see if that's where they're going with this, or what the hell's going on there, because they're now getting 62 munitions per minute. That is a munition per second. It's literally a timer now. Actually, it's slightly not effective because it's actually 62, so it's slightly faster than 1 per second. There you go, down to 57. So what the hell is being planned here? 420, 795, that is some of the heaviest munitions flooding I've seen in quite some time. And again, I'm just waiting for it to somehow get popped off if we close the pockets. 800, I mean that's 4 close to pockets. 4. He could probably pop it 4 times, and with the munitions gun, by the time he's done with it, he's probably got enough munitions for another one. Maybe even 2. Constantly bunching up here and right into the Panzer, Sturmpanzer 4. That's something going to get punished here, unless some good luck happens. More armor out there for ScreamingMiniie. Issue to fire out. Mr.Nobody has finally taken us over, so if he goes for the K1 or what he does. Vonivan's Panther there hanging back behind the front line, and oh! They're going for the supply drops. Problem is, it can't break caches. It can damage them, but it can't break them. A good bit of advice is always check, sneak up the stomps with something else before you pop it so you don't have waste. There you go. They actually activated both of them. They're probably just pull off a like double close. Of course, the problem they get is, double mortar fire across all sectors, which isn't half bad, I guess. I mean, it's much more effective artillery fire, but again, piece of advice: always check, then try to make a strike coordinator there with say breakthrough to sort of sweep in, clear out the caches, and then you activate the bloody thing. Panther hits him out right from the H6, not good there for Vonivan, not good. Lots of manpower being floated, probably should be spending some of that resources now. Pioneers advancing here. And Panzer 4 down, bit of loss there. I mean, they could have probably gone away with it if they hit the point. They could probably clear out some of this stuff then, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, they could choose while they close range. House just collapse easily. Still, they got enough munitions to actually be able to just waste a lot of close to the pockets. So, I mean, even if it didn't work out the first time, it could easily end up working at some point. But they gotta get rid of the caches. It's either that or they elect to concede a lot of ground to the ration lines. There's a sweep forwards there, cut off another set of lines, and then just hit them close to the pocket. Bit more risky than some ways, but it could work. Into the pack forward here with the Ishafat and the Panther. Looks like the Ishafat is going to get away here. And B4 shoots somewhere, explodes something, but not entirely sure what got exploded. 1992 really spent resources. He's got a lot of resources just flowing back, particularly manpower and fuel on top of the munitions. And his force is only one of the smaller ones they could definitely benefit from. Similarly, Vonivan could. I mean, Storms with the assault rifle would be great. More armor would also be helpful. Kennedy's there, by the way, still not upgraded, besides the ambush camouflage. Once the Panther upgraded machine guns, we got a Panther on the way there more for Vonivan. 1992 on the other hand, still seems a bit hesitant. We'll have to see what the Germans do next. I mean, they're going to have to pop a lot of break supply lines on those caches to take them out of the way. They're going to have to pop a lot. So I hope they're going to, try something a bit more advanced than just that. Okay, well, notice the Panther almost got it. Now they're forced to fall back pretty rapidly. Panther arriving here in the east slow movement there. Very good, very good. Standing by. Good, choose your fire off. And there you go, going for Panthers, Packs and Pioneers. 1992 is back to expending resources, except of course the Tunisians were again exploding a ridiculous amount. Grenadiers there, heroically Panther fast here. A piece of armor there leading Mr.Nobody's tank with a damaged engine. There you go, second Panther arriving. Panther 4, they're good to go. I mean, a good armor. Oh, there we go. Trying to figure out what's going on with the caches, how to deal with it, maybe. WH5 from ScreamingMiniie. For now, I think he's willing to sacrifice the guns. He just wants to have a good idea, then perhaps set up for an attack there. Of course, if they want to pull off any sort of amazing close to pockets, they need to get rid of those two caches, or again, concede a lot of ground. Panther's jump on something absolutely far here, shatters something. I'm not entirely sure what got demolished there. Oh, it's the sniper. That was one hell of a counter snipe, I guess. I mean, using a 203mm gun just to kill a sniper. Don't worry, Dimitri. 50% of the time, this works all the time. But that's not how statistics work. That's fascist talk, Dimitri. Fascist talk. Believe in socialism. Enemy guys, poor corner from ScreamingMiniie. Very nice timing there. Very nice. Grab the western victory point here. Back here we got repairs going on there for 1992. Aircrafts being shot out of the sky there. B4 misses the mark quite aggressively there. Fortunately, I imagine for Vonivan. I imagine that the Panther crew might need a fresh pair of underpants alongside the repairs. We're pioneers, not laundry people. Sort out your own underwear, you idiots. Constantly moving back to a bit of a sticky situation there. Slow movement up here right to the maximum, which is waiting there all the time. Still no storms there for Vonivan. All 1992, a bit disappointed in that, but they're advancing. But again, they still need to get rid of these two, I think, to pull off an amazing close to pocket here. Which I think is going to require basically getting in some tanks and then breakthrough by quickly clearing out the caches, cutting off, and then moving on to the next one. If they can pull that off with enough speed, they might have a chance there. More B4 fire there. Misses the Panther again. Veteran 2 again, the Storm Panthers. That's pretty great here for 992. Panthers taking heavy damage here from assault guns and tank destroyers. Big push here with Panthers and such they're going on, it seems, but all being called off here. Already being called off. Air support in here from Mr.Nobody. K1 almost taken out, taking rather crucially far. I've got triple packs out here from 1992. Seems a bit excessive. Actually, I think needs more infantry. Stormtroopers would be great. Again, he's got so much, but he's got 800. I mean, they're clearly trying to wait for a good opportunity. The problem is they need to create one. So far, I don't feel like they're creating much of one there. Almost got an issue father, that's helpful. But honestly, we just get away with using close to park, just bombard these sort of frontline sectors with mortifying, you know, at least help them that way push forwards. Oh yeah, he's about to lose a Panther there. Taken up by the B4. Not good. Great though for Mr.Nobody, just actually mentioned 2 there on it. 13 kills. Panther wants to sweep out there. Finding some action on the right hand side against. Very much focused on the center west, which actually happen to feel like rare on this map. There you go. T-54's on the way though for Mr.Nobody to back up the assault gun and the KV-1. ScreamingMiniie there, having lost 1 tank destroyer, seemingly not replacing it. Of course, could try and go for the K1 instead. That would not be a bad choice. Straight into the Sturmpanzer here. 13 kills as well. Double Panzer gunners there for 99-2. No Stormtroopers at all. A bit disappointed there. I mean, just a bit. Panzer gunners up for 9. Pretty close to the front line there. Mortar white. Bit of movement here in the east. Panther Vulcanese versus ScreamingMiniie's men dug into the change there, going for the centre victor point as well. Reasonably large gen push here, though not supported by, say, close to pocket. Seems like they're less than impressed with its secondary usage. Again, with that many munitions, you could easily afford to see spamming. Again, just hope to get some lucky hits with it, which again could be useful. Grenades off, you're going to need to be careful. Heavy fighting there in the East Panther 4, they're holding off. And there goes ScreamingMiniie going for the K1 heavy tank as well.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Closing in on 1,000 munitions, 90-92 to spam the ability of something or lay down a lot of mines. Again, try to set for a big push flank and cut off these points, and then hit will close the pockets. But I'm guessing the plans will just see what happens if you get like 2 close to pockets active. I mean, that could probably be absolute hell. But again, caches remain a bit of an issue, and so far they do not seem to be in any sort of planning mood for actually trying to clear out that obstacle, which you do feel is a bit of a shame. There you go. He's actually spending the mission something. Holy smokes! Triple Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Shreks and ambush camouflage. Shrek Storm. T-34 they just right out of this Earth B4 firing. Misses. Sprinting here. He's going to try and knock it out there with a sprinting Shrek block. We got Katrus on there, but it misses. It misses. So many rockets. Some hit. Most miss though. I mean, that could actually be a way of clearing out the cache. Just sneak up with the Panzer Grenadiers, going up here, then swoop it, take it out. Maybe have some tanks from the other side, rush in, take it out with breakthrough, boom, clear it all, and then close the pocket. But I definitely feel like they should try and, you know, access out some action for that, because they can catch Russians, all that. Pop this. Good night, Ivan. Heavy Panzer on the barrel turret from Ivan. Shocks with being caught almost in it. Sturmpanzer though, not landing in this. Nice hit either, to be honest. Grenadiers fighting in the east, only 1 upgrade with the ambush camouflage, still laying down some fire against the guardsmen who are rapidly repulsed. Almost got the point here. Fight for the centre. 4 Panzer Grenadier squads from 1992. Glad to see he goes with Panzer Shreks on those as well. But he's got other plans. That's going to be quadruple Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Shreks. Mein Gott. That thing I've seen that ever? At least not in ages. That is a lot of Panzerjägers. Again, they could clear up caches very fast if that's what he decides to do against it up for close to the pocket, but seems like that's not his plan at all, unfortunately, in my perspective. Seems like they formed up into two smaller teams or groups. Probably the best in here. Oh, the K1 there goes sprint forwards. There you go, first volley hits, taking the K1 down to half health. Before this shoots, taking out a huge chunk there of 1992's Panzerschreck blob. Goodness. Quite a loss there for 1992. You got Vonivan there, I think, going for something, but I'm not entirely sure what. A lot of rocket fire here, units being shattered as the rockets just hammer down. Panzerjäger's running ahead here. Could theoretically threaten the B4 though. That's exactly what he's doing here. Guard down to half health. Excellent move there. Excellent move. Bit risky though, but I can certainly see the logic behind it. Misses at close range. Otto, where did you learn to shoot? Pardon, pardon. There's no shooting ranges with Panzerschreck. Pardon, pardon, you idiot. Almost got it, but needs to get some extra artillery on it. In this case, he might be actually trying to plan Russia with a Panther, but there's tank destroyers in the way there, plus tanks. Running a bit the surprise there. Big 2 points once the Germans still a lead here of the Russians. ScreamingMiniie, Mr.Nobody to continue to fight a road here for the motherland. Peon troopers at 9 kills. John Panzer rolling forward aggressively for 992. Going for the attrition, which Mr.Nobody seemingly either misclicked or pushed to fight. Either way, they got taken out by Sturmpanzer. Madness. So what is 992's Vonivan's plan there with all that munitions now? And again, whether trying to set for more close to the pocket, have just completely given up on it after one attempt, which I would say would be a bit disappointing if that's all it took for them to give up on that plan. It's clearly not the true encirclement spirit. Panzer Klaus would be very upset about that. Anyways, T-Fed coming up, Sherman Panzer closely taking out. Panther was there being rushed. Almost got need to get armor in there. Panther bringing eventually 2 Panther power there for him. Cutting off points here. There might be some sort of plan there for close to the pocket, maybe. Maybe a small sort of limited one. Ooh, got a white. By close range Katyusha barrel. ScreamingMiniie was having none of that. Now Vonivan just down to 2 infantry squads. He needs to save up some manpower there and get up more infantry. T-Fed fall down. Ace jump hunts out there for 1992. Very good. Great. That is for the Germans. For the Russians, it's pretty bad news, since that is a highly mobile with high rate of fire assault gun. Maximum secure down here, or assault tank specifically, as the Germans called the Sturmpanzer. Sturmgeschütz on the way for Vonivan. Need to get that maximum out of there before the K1 snuffs it out. More T-Fed force there for ScreamingMiniie. Push up here with Mr.Nobody's KB1. Panzerjäger's about there again. He's gone for 5? He's completely lost it. Admittedly, someone who builds that many missile caches then trying to hope up to sort of super close to the pod obviously is not necessarily one of the most sane people in the first place. Yeah, nothing wrong in close to the pocket, but we have to say the approach was perhaps a bit on the eccentric side of things. Panzerjäger's repulsing in the east. We've got this Sturmgeschütz line covering fire here, but that's not going to be enough. Another Sturm away there for Vonivan. What they're planning is beyond me, though. Sturmpanzer being repaired. Panzer was there, sort of close to the front line again. We're lacking, I think, some good targets to murder. And there you go. Big push from Miniie here in the east with H-5s and K1s and T-54s. Sengstug ready. Is he going to try and push straight into the base here, though, off for now? And that's going to be the big question here. Air support called in. Both initial support and center held here by the Russians. Holy smokes! All of Mr. Nobody units got obliterated. That was one hell of a Panzer barrage there for Vonivan. Goodness. He's still short on infantry though, and I still feel like one of them should at least try and go for some stormtroopers with assault rifles. I'm guessing 992 with all these Panzer 6 Panzer Grenadiers is probably not carrying out that. Units being wiped out there by the B4. 27 kills, A's level. Stuke's hanging about here waiting for something. What is Vonivan planning? Sturmpanzer there with 18 kills. Oh dear, Stuke's planning to catch the HD5 on the side, but there he goes straight to the field gun, backing it up. Very good there by ScreamingMiniie. Less great there for Vonivan, to put it mildly. There's a high luck to loosen those Stukes unless he gets them out there fast enough. 992 up here with all the Panzerjägers and the Sturmpanzer. What are they planning? Stukes are being pursued by the Chief of Force. Need to get the Panther in there to cover up the retreat of the Stukes, but the Panther's nowhere near to be seen. In fact, it's in the far west. Even a high likelihood that Vonivan's going to lose to the Stukes without really doing much with them, which is going to be an absolute waste of good Sturmgeschütz. Well, there you go, Panzerjägers to the rescue. Attrition fire on though. Reading here, 992 good, and one of the Panzerjäger squads, T-54 went down. K1 moving ahead, more rockets, more death, more air support, more everything. Except close the pocket. There's never enough close the pocket. Ever. Mr.Nobody also now committing to issue 5s. 992 could have considered maybe on Panther here to back him up. And for now, I really still feel like I should go for more infantry. And the Western Panther fights out here with Russian army, the K1 there quickly backing off. Their smoke grenade attempt to push the Western victory point into Russian hands. The Rat Giants are now behind the Russian victory points. Nice work there by ScreamingMiniie and Mr.Nobody. 9's down. Back here, nothing further going on there for Vonivan. And here, not much else there for 992. Russians are simply slowly establishing control here. The Germans just attacking head on, not trying to outmaneuver, not trying to use the powers of encirclement, which is very much about maneuvering your opponent into a position where you can instantly destroy them. Either using breakthrough, close the pocket, or both. So I feel like they tried pretty much just to bank everything on this sort of massive close the pocket. Then when it failed, they just completely dropped instead of trying to further do stuff with it. So I'm guessing they're just trying to do this more for fun than any sort of serious exploration of the doctrine. I'm saying this as a person who's been using this doctrine a lot. It is very much my favourite doctrine, personally. Another B4 shot there from Mr.Nobody. 29 kills. Drumming up, they're trying to take out the Sturmpanzer, but sadly the shot fails to really do anything on it. Second shot that definitely bounces. Another Panther on the way there for 992. More tanks out here for ScreamingMiniie. It's the second K1 there. Aircraft shot down. Panther needs to be careful. It is close to the ace level, resulting in a lot of damage there from tank destroyers. We've got two there banging down from ScreamingMiniie. Mr.Nobody. Panther there. Needs to hold back now. Distance. Blitzkrieg. There we go. Sturmpanzer. Oh! Almost lost the constant damage in the Panther. That's pretty bad here for now. Needs to get the Stukes into support. Panther moving in there from 992. Stukes are not moving. Seems like he's forgotten entirely. Panther about to hit the ace level. There you go. Go on. Stuke moving in. There you go. Ace level. Panther. Great there for Vonivan. As long as it survives here, the double HD5s. It's about not to. Moving in the Stuke here to draw fire. Very good. We got. Oh dear. I think. Okay. Some sort of close the pocket attempt here. There we go. Catching these off some of the units here in a pocket. Not bad. Not bad. Oh dear, oh dear. We actually got it. It's live, boys. It's live. Maxim there. Units nearby also getting absolutely shattered. So many Stuka bombs. So many rockets. Stuke moving through it. All it doesn't care. Keep in mind, there is friendly fire on close the pocket. Kuntker's drawn into it. They're using the Stuke as bait. There was no survivors. No survivors, not even leftovers. Holy hell. Double close the party going off. That is some serious business. That's definitely the first time I've ever seen that. I mean, I gotta applaud them for when they actually pulled it off. Clap, clap, clap. I mean, that was damn impressive. Even though I say they were fumbling about there for some time, but still, they managed it. Lots of caches there, though. Lots of punch takers being murdered, but god damn. Double close the pocket. Whew. Back here, reinforcement going on there. Troops moving up, more pioneers on there for now. They need a lot of repairs here for a lot of stuff. Air support calling on Mr.Nobody. 247 is on 949. Not looking amazing here for the German army. Not looking amazing. Storm Punch is a murder away there. 32 kills, not bad at all. Got Panzer with barracks in the center, constantly being obliterated by more Stuka rockets. Well, Panzerwerfer rockets, not Stuka rockets. Panther number 2 almost done there for 1992. Still shot in infantry, 9 manuals for Vonivan. Still no stormtroopers for any of them, which I then feel is a bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. And these signs just completely brown. I mean, they're just doing nothing there to harass and cut off stuff there. I don't feel like they could be improving things there. Then again, with the sort of things lining up here again, they could through to cut off this point again, or this one or whatever, and just hit the close the pocket once more around the center. In fact, they might be planning that. I mean, they got the munitions for it. They got the munitions for it, and I imagine they're going to try it again, those madmen. K1's moving ahead here. More Stuks of Vonivan, more Sturmgeschütz. Machine they're about to get murdered. Panther almost fixed up. Stug almost fixed up. Air Recon's in there, going to present a really big target there. What could be planning here? What could they be planning? Panther getting hit here by the HE5. Panther on the right flank to spot out things maybe just a bit. I mean, now would be, I think, increasingly good time for, close the pocket by here again, just cut it off and then sort of catch all the arm and stuff there. Maybe. Maybe not, actually, they probably have to hit that point as well by now. But of course, they could sneak in stormtroopers to hit the point there. There you go, brake supplies going in. Cutting off that again. But they still need to cut this off as well, I think. Otherwise, it's not going to matter. Yeah, they poorly timed in this case, poorly timed, and of course they forgot about this one as well. So they're only going to get the mortar support, though. Again, double close to the pocket, but that still be effective, but it's not going to be as effective as they had hoped. In that regard, I mean, trying to time too close to the pocket at the same time and everything else, I think, is of course quite the challenge. Of course, stormtroopers can be useful for that as well. Either way, though, a lot of mortar fine set here raining down, possibly. Stoops running forwards here, they're committing everything, but with no breakthrough tactics again, that could give them a bit more speed to just getting more aggressively. Stoop about to get taken out here, got the other Stoop flanking in here, going over to the K1 there. Up north here, Sturm Panzer's moving ahead, Panther already taken down, other Panther hanging back. Vonivan's Panther held up, he got 97 points left here, going here behind the HE5 with the Stoop. More mortar fire raining down somewhere. Close the pocket more or less, otherwise worn off. Field gun cleared out. So much mortar fire. Sturm Panzer 37 kills, aircraft taken out of the sky. More casualties piling up there for the Germans. Not looking good here. Not looking good. We head over the almost Ace K1 into the Panther here, close to Veteran 2. Vonivan's Ace Panther need repairs. Got more Panthers in the way there for 1992. I feel like again they should have just gone for like a deep aggressive flank with all the armor gun up behind it, close off the cut off the cache, then pop close to the point. They probably done something there, but Sadly, they're mostly hitting out on attacks, which is not really where close to pocket excels. Close to pocket excels where players like to flank a lot and like to cut off points, and then, you know, using that to then synergize with close to pocket and just unleash hell upon opponents, just like to position the units, well, quite well for close to pocket, really. Another Stuke there for Vonivan. Got troops moving up the eastern side finally. Wherever it comes up for Mr.Nobody, certainly making sure that he got track of everything. B4 taken out there, by the way. I would say he got pretty good value out of it. He got pretty good value out before he got blown to bits. So, good work there for Mr.Nobody. Hitting points here and there. Ace Panther good to go once more here for Vonivan. More Panthers arriving. More Sturmgeschütz arriving. Constantly being pushed back. Okay, choose your firing units getting slightly hit there. Panthers should be more or less good to go there. We'll have to see what they try up. Okay, one minute eastern side. Victory points wise, they're down to 31. Not good here for the Germans. Drastic change in tactics, I think, is needed. Here to go. Stuke versus the K1, pushing that back. Got infantry moving up though. Looks like, oh, we got another attempt here, I think, of something to break supply line. So it looks like they are not quite as coordinated as they used to be. Okay, oh dear. They still need to hit the point here though. They're clearly not fully experienced with the doctrine though, and there go ammunitions for it. Instead, they're so close to it, not popping breakthrough here. If you can still hit the point there, hit the point there. Damn you, still going for an aggressive flank here. Breakthrough is actually a pretty good ability. It's essentially a mass blitzkrieg. Although I wish it gave a bit of a damage boost as well. But either way, got some of the armor here. The assault is still sort of flaring up here. Mortify is raining down. Could try and hit the point and then pull off a proper close to pocket here. There we go. Something's happening here in the east, it seems. Something got cut off enough, maybe. More fire going down here. Oh, rockets going off. Death and destruction. K1 almost taken out here. 8. K1 almost taken out. 20 points left for the Germans. Can they pull this off? Panther moving forward there with a heavily damaged engine. Stuke hanging back. Panther hanging back. Stuke moving forwards. Ace Panthers down by the way. Fernand lost it. Lots of Katyusha here. Plus the Fire. They're waiting here to deal with the Stuke. Panther taken down. He looks like the German war machine has largely run out of steam by now. Though it's only made an effort, though how good the effort was, of course, been discussed. Got the victory point there. Bunkers being dug in. Lack of infantry, though, is going to make it much harder to form up, I think, coherent defense, and of course, lack of everything else. Still, they are getting a lot of munitions. They're getting a lot. Sturmpanzer shoots, misses. Doesn't quite hit again. Eventually, still 43 kills. Bunker there, not graded yet, so I'm going to take that before it gets done now. There you go, upgrading nonetheless. 22 points left here for the Russians, 20 for the Germans. At least got the point of being ready by the K1. At least doing what they can. Close to pocket, there's still a little here for him, but the question is, of course, what will they be doing with it? Guardsmen being taken out, Panther fire down as well there, shattering the Russian guardsmen, evaporating from the face of this world. Stuke needs to fall back, machine holding up by the victory point on the west. Sturmpanzer about to go down. Guardsmen being obliterated slowly. Panther ready here for 1992 Ace, issue 5, Sturmpanzer down. Catastrophic loss there for the German army in this sector. And this is starting to look a bit like GG. We got another attempt here close to the pocket though. Breakthrough as well here. I think for now I'm going to try to use this rally point a bit off. There we go. Not fully cut off, but at least in the west they are, or east they are. That K1's going to get hit by a lot of artillery in the west side. He didn't work out, but there you go. K1, they're almost taken out just by Stuka bombs alone. And there's rockets as well. Forced to fall back. Barely makes it out of there. 20 still points left for the German, 167 there for the rations. The German army, there's barely operable. 1992's down to just 2 pioneers and some panzer grenadiers with Panzerschrecks. For now, still got Panzerwerfers and machines, all that, but he can't hold this, I think, off alone in it for much long. So they need to pull off something really brilliant, or the rations just need to give up under just sheer awe of all of these close to pockets. Which so far has yet to happen, in my experience anyways. Oh, occasionally it does happen, like a good close to pocket can actually shatter the nerves of some players. Certainly with more experienced players, it's a lot less likely to happen. Panthers are away there for Vonivan. Double Panzerwerfers just on one machine gun rather than the victory point. I feel that's a bit of overkill there by Vonivan. Bit overkill. More rockets off here. 92, they're just rushing in there with whatever he's got left. Which is not a lot, to be honest. $19 points left. They are beginning to bleed out. They are beginning to bleed out once more. Almost got the penals there with a bung grenade, but only almost and not quite. Punch Seekers need to be careful. In the south here we got the maximum holding up here, ambush camouflage as well. 12 kills, not bad at all, not bad at all. Stu's flying up in the Vonivan's Panther, but will it be in time? Will it be in time? In the end, while they did build up a huge chunk of munitions, in the end they've expended the most of it on close the pockets and break supply lines. In the case of 1992's case, also Panzerschrecks. Pack 4 delivers the K1, the Ace K1 there. Moving up here in the east side again. Panther nearby is probably going to be there. 10 points left. Heavy Panther barrage here. Oh, we could see some wipes there. Ah, penal troopers are managed to pull through. We got the Panther, we got the machine guns and everything else. It came on, we got the eastern side. Victor point there. Flight going to grab. We got air support on the centre there to keep the Germans off from grabbing the point here. Panther rolling about here. Might get some of those Katyushas. There we go, there we go. No break for attempt here though by Vonivan. Machine guns Pioneers being pushed back. Heavy Katyusha fire there from close range. Panther being surrounded. He's trying to clear up the cache. They're trying to set up for the bit close to pocket, but they should have been doing that sooner rather than at this stage. 9 points left. Panther down. Close the pocket attempted again, but at this stage they haven't cut off enough to really make it matter. So it's just going to cause some covering fire here and there. And a good cut off one point, but there's still that one and everything else is just... It's not enough there. It is sadly not enough. And they sadly haven't coordinated with Stormtroopers at all. They still need this one though. They still need this one. It's a close and it's empty, but again, not quite enough. So there you go. An absolutely brutal off the rails match here on rails and metals with countless close to pockets, like so many. Air support, artillery, tanks, Stoogs, you name it. Sadly, no Stormtroopers. Sadly, no Stormtroopers. I think they've done better with that. Also, they should have flanked more. They definitely, I think, too reliant just to hang head on. Not enough flanks, and so no, I think concerted have to just try and clear this up with a good swing attack. Just sneak in from the flank, hit them hard, then close the pockets, and then watch everything melt away. So I think there's some room there for improvement for the German tactics. The Allies, they played really well. Certainly did well with what they had. Make good use of the resources, the tactics, and everything. So, of course, well played by Mr.Nobody. But again, I appreciate the effort by 992 and for 9 to pull off, the double close the pocket. I mean, it sort of kind of worked. It looked really damn impressive. I'll give them that. But beyond that, there's definitely some improvement there. Experts 92, they're relying, I think, too much there on the Panzerschreck blobs. Again, not enough flanking, not enough Stormtroopers, in my opinion. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something phenomenal. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is Imperial Link saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. Bye.